Hey, Libra, intuitive soul coach here with your June 2023 love and family reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Libra, we're going to dive right in because a lot of messages are coming through for you, a lot. So right away here, they're giving me, it could be a street name, a place, a last name, first name. Please take it as it resonates. I'm getting the name here, Gilman. So please take that as it resonates for you. I'm also getting the song here by Tom Petty, I Won't Back Down. And I believe the lyrics here that I'm hearing are, you can stand me up at the gates of hell and I won't back down. So some of you are feeling that Seven of Wands energy here where your defense may be up or you're ready to move forward, plunge forward on a situation here. I also sense a breakthrough, which makes sense because you have this spiritual realization card showing up. I love this for you. Now, some of you may hear that song on the radio. Maybe it's a song you've recently heard, or if you look up the lyrics, again, Tom Petty, I believe it is, I Won't Back Down. There may be something that resonates there for you. I'm also getting that Seven of Wands. We may see that in your reading. I'm getting the sun energy as well. And the sun is about being in the moment. It's about abundance. Now, some of you may actually be spending more time in the sun, getting out in nature a little bit more, because you have two bonus cards. And typically most of the signs receive the past, present, and future. But Spirit said, go for the bonus. So we have bonus cards here, which I really love because you have the camping and the berries. Now, some of you may even be berry picking. There could be something with berry pie, but it talks about sweet surprises in the month of June. And you may find that these sweet surprises for you, these breakthroughs or moments of epiphany happen while you're out in nature, while you're camping, while you're getting away from the mundane or from the everyday tasks or from society, because the camping energy here is about a much needed escape that can bring you a sweet surprise. So I love your bonus cards, Libra. Let's see here. I was also being shown the image of a swan going underneath the water, a deep dive, and it was quite quick as well. So Libra, some of you may have been thrust into a situation that caused you to go inward and really do some reflection, because I'm getting that hermit for you as well. So yes, we may see the hermit, maybe even the high priestess, Seven of Wands, sun energy. We'll see what shows up for you in your reading. But in the recent past, a lot of you had a spiritual realization. I'm getting here ascension. You may have even suffered from ascension symptoms at times, whether this is, brain fog, feeling very tired, not quite feeling as motivated, or just not feeling like your regular or normal self, Libra. But I do sense that a lot of you, what's been happening is a heightened sense of awareness. And now you have the awareness to see things from that higher perspective. And when you're able to see things from a new level of awareness while you're in relationships, while you are attracting what it is that you want into your heart center here, I feel like you're able to be in that moment and create balance, create abundance, or shift the energy right then and there. So there is this feeling here of being here in the now, being in the present, because some of you may have been focused in the past energy. You may have been focused too far into the future, and that can take away from the now. So yes, there has been some spiritual realizations that have happened. I also sense if you are in a relationship, if you are partnered, married, single, it doesn't matter what the relationship status is here for you. And this is about family as well. But there was a moment of truth is what I get here between you and someone close to your heart. It's like you had an aha moment of what your role was in a situation, maybe what someone else's role was. There could have also been some telepathic communication between you and another, whether you reached out physically, maybe they reached out. Both of you may have been thinking about each other. but I certainly sense that a lot of you are highly, highly intuitive Librans, and you are connecting to energies in a new way, a different way than you have in the past. And it may not be necessarily the new way, but it's more of a heightened experience, more of that sense of awareness that you didn't have in the past. Let's take a look here. In the present, you do have the cardinal. Now, some of you, the cardinal brings messages from loved ones who've crossed over, messages from spirit. And that is why I'm tuning into that high priestess as well, because for those of you that have spiritually ascended, which is a lot of you Librans here that are connected to this frequency on this channel are highly intuitive and spiritual by nature. And so you may be receiving messages through dreams, through animals, numbers, synchronicities. June could be a month for you as well. I mean, for those that celebrate Father's Day, it could be a difficult time if your father has crossed over, or maybe even your mother, with the recent Mother's Day that we've had here. I also sense that there could be some sort of celebration, graduation, birthday party, something of that nature, where you may just receive a sign, whether it shows up in the form of a bird, a feather, or any of what we just talked about, to let you know that your loved one is still in spirit with you. Okay, you can still connect to their energy and that they're still watching over. So really beautiful. We'll take a look here and see what this means for you in your reading as well. Now, Libra, in the future, you have the Lantern card. This is all about new opportunities. Whether you are looking for love, looking for friendships, you're looking to connect with family members that you've had falling out with, I do sense here that there could have been arguments, Libra, or there could have been some discord or disconnect, because I'm seeing a little bit of that defensiveness with the Seven of Wands showing up here as well, and that song coming through. So I feel like there's opportunities to mend some rifts, or to come together, or for you to bring in a new sense of balance, whatever that may mean for you. And if anyone can do that, Libra, it's you and your scales. So definitely new opportunities coming in. We could see some aces showing up in your reading, as well as maybe that Judgment, changing your life for the better, second chances as well. Now, again, your bonus cards are beautiful. Camping, much needed escape. Some of you may be traveling in the month of June. You may be taking a couple days off, going on a road trip, or just spending a weekend away from home. Okay, you could be traveling, heading someplace new, heading to someplace that you've been before, but it's going to bring in a lot of happiness for you here with the berries, because these two came out together. You may even find some of these messages here from Spirit while you are out in the great outdoors. Nature is one of our best ways to connect with the divine. All right, let's get into your reading, Libra. What is the heart of the matter? What's the main energy showing up for you in the month of June? What do we have here for June? Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning of your reading, but I keep getting that teacher energy. So if someone maybe is a teacher, someone around you, it could have been a mother was a teacher as well. All right, so we're in this energy of the Nine of Swords. This can be about your darkest fears at times. This is eradicating them, and that may be why you have these messages from Spirit. A lot of you have had this spiritual realization, but the good news is with the Lantern here, you are in control of these fears. This can be the darkest before the dawn energy. The Nine of Swords can be about obsessive thoughts, anxiety, worry, but I feel like you are reaching out this month. But a lot of you have went inward and did a lot of this self-healing. And we mentioned this a little bit in the beginning about you reflecting, you taking a look at situations that may have been troubling or challenging, but I feel like you are facing your fears this month, Libra. This is a really powerful energy, and I feel like you are shedding light to what those fears are, and that's what we've been talking about with the spiritual realization. So anything that has been troubling you, whether it's been on your mind, it's been situations where you are telepathically connecting to someone that you haven't connected with in quite some time, I feel like this is going to shift the energy in the month of June. But let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Some of you, you've been overthinking things. I feel like you have been visiting some of those dark places in the mind. I mean, we all do that at times, but I feel like you're reaching out or you're facing it. You could be getting professional help. You may be doing research as well, because I'm getting books, and maybe that's that teacher energy. You could be learning how to soothe in healthy ways. You could be getting back on track, because I'm getting those scales being a little bit off balance, but now you're coming together here. Yeah, there's the Hanged Man. So you're going from this Nine of Swords. Anxiety can be depression. It can be sleepless nights, tossing and turning. So again, going through some ascension symptoms or going through some healing, personal development, self-development. Some of you, you could have certainly gone through a dark night of the soul type of energy here. Now with the Hanged Man, this is about you and your partner. If you are in a relationship, or if there was a power struggle between you and a family member, you and a mother, a sibling, a friend, this is all about releasing control and ego, right? Releasing control. That's why the mind overthinks, because we try to be in control and we try to paint a picture of what we want things to look like, but sometimes that backfires. And that's what may have happened here for you, Libra, is something may have backfired within the mind. And you started to tell your story that didn't even exist. For others of you, there were people around you that just stressed you the heck out. And that could be why you're not backing down, right? You're saying, you know, I'm not going to let them affect my energy, but I am going to set healthier boundaries. And this Hanged Man is all about surrendering, but it's also about changing your mind, because someone may have had their walls up. I'm getting here, the heart may have been on lockdown. So again, heart on lockdown, but you may be changing your mind about a person, about a situation. Now, it doesn't mean you're coming back together in the physical sense, but because there's been a spiritual realization, right? Maybe, for example, you got divorced 7 years ago and you've had it in your mind that this person did you dirty, did you wrong, or maybe there was so much conflict and you've built up and carried a lot of anger towards this person. There could be a release here for you, a surrendering, so to speak, but it may have taken a while to get there, because pain and trauma can take a while to work through. But I feel like you may be changing your mind about this person, and you may be saying, well, that person played a role in my world for a reason, and look who I am today because of it. And so that's what's happening here with the Hanged Man. So if you've been stressing about a situation, a person, an event, you're facing those fears this month, Libra. So this is a very powerful energy. Let's take a look at your challenge. I mean, the challenge certainly is going to go hand in hand with the Nine of Swords here showing up, but I feel like you're reaching out. You could be talking to a trusted friend, a healer, a therapist, a counselor, someone who you can rely on and trust. I sense that there could be, I'm getting King or Queen of Cups that show up in your world this month as well. What do we have for Libra, please? There's that Seven of Wands. Yes, and this was coming in so strong for you with that song. You can back me up or stand me up at the gates of hell and I won't back down. And look at him. That literally looks like that song. He is faced against those three huge beings, right? But they're boulders. They're boulders. And I feel like he is standing his ground there. He's choosing his battles and he's setting healthy boundaries. But the challenge for you, Libra, is to not put your heart on lockdown. And it's so much easier said than done. I absolutely understand. But the challenge is, to walk away from someone who may constantly be looking for a fight, or someone who attracts or brings in drama. This can be pressure coming in from all angles, and someone may feel like they're on guard. They're walking on eggshells. They need to watch what they say or watch what they do. I feel like you want to put an end to that. You want more peace because you don't want to be backed up into a corner. No one does, right? But the Seven of Wands is defending yourself. So the challenge for you in the month of June here is to stand up for your beliefs. Be brave. Protect what is rightfully yours, what you believe to be your truth. This is about you going the distance and living life on your terms, Libra. but it's healthy terms as well. So I'm getting boundaries really big here for you. So some of you, this could be your own personal boundaries because of some sort of spiritual realization here or ascension that's been happening. You're able to see something from a new point of view. I feel like some battles that maybe you've entered into in the past, you're going to see that it's not worth it, or you're going to take a look at your role in the equation. You'll take a look at where you fit in, where another person fits in, and how you can either find a solution or you can just remove yourself from a situation. So Seven of Wands energy showing up to clarify. All right, let's take a look at the deep past. What's within your foundation? What are you built upon? A lot of you Librans are very independent. Some of you stubbornly independent as well. And I say that very kindly. But I do feel that a lot of you may have felt backed into corners in the past, or you just didn't feel good enough. You may have felt stuck when it came to matters of the heart, because people may not have understood you because you're quite deep. Even though you're an air sign, I do sense here, because I'm getting that imagery of the swan taking a deep dive. Libra, a lot of you have water placements in your chart. I feel whether it's moon energy, rising as well. You could be Pisces, Cancer, or let's see here, Scorpio. You may have those placements somewhere along your chart. But you will not give up. You are a learner. You want to put in the effort here, whether it's self-effort to learn, to grow. A lot of you, like I said, are spiritual intuitives, and you know that you've come here to Earth to evolve, to grow, and learn. Therefore, you don't want to back down, right? I won't back down. I'm not going to let this situation get the best of me. I'm getting here with this Eight of Pentacles that you're going to strive to be the best that you can in any situation, any relationship. And I just heard the word here, blended. I just said situation and relationship, so it could be a situationship, right? So there's some sort of relationship that maybe it's on the rocks, or it's on the mends, or you go back and forth, or you're just not quite sure where something is going here. There could be new opportunities to either solidify or to not so much, I mean, it could be solidify for some of you, but I'm getting a deep sense of clarity for a lot of you Librans. Now, Eight of Pentacles in your deep, deep past is someone who is going to put in their best effort. It is about working on relationships, Libra. You don't want to just throw in the towel, whether this is a lover, whether it's a child, whether it's a friendship. It's hard for you to, at times, just cut things off. And even though you may have done that, you may have cut things off, but because you take the deep dive, you may not forget it, right? It's still something that you process, and it could be many years later. Now, for others of you, if you do struggle with mending the gaps or mending the ridges here, I feel like you're going to continuously put in that effort. Okay. Eight of Pentacles is a beautiful energy to have in your foundation. It means that you're not going to give up on yourself, not give up on those that you love, but you're also realizing that they're on their soul journey, you're on your soul's journey, and you're going to do what you need to do for you, and that's setting healthy boundaries. So you can be the best Libra that you can be for yourself first. That reflects into the outer world. So continuing to own up to your own personal healing and knowing that that's your job, right? That's not someone else's job to take away all your trauma and your pain. And yet it's not your job to take that trauma and pain from anybody else. So that could be a boundary that you've struggled with in the past. All right, Libra, I love that the Eight of Pentacles, though, is showing up below you because you have some strength, a lot of strength. You have this dedicated effort to succeed, and I feel like you will. All right, Libra, what's going on in the recent past? What's showing up in the past for Libra, please? All right, what do we have here? Thank you. Okay, we do have, Libra, some challenging times. There is the Five of Wands. I like to see the Five of Wands rather than the Five of Swords because this can be more of just a little bit of rivalry, needing to work together more because someone may have an altered ego. Someone may be highly competitive. Someone may also just be criticizing. I'm getting mother energy here as well. It could be partner. It could be mothering to a child, whether it's your own mother or maybe you are the mother that may at times criticize self or criticize others, or you feel others criticize your every action. And that may be causing a little bit of tension, stress, or anxiety with that 9 of Swords showing up in your energy here. But the recent past is showing up here because I feel like there's the shield, right? You have your shield up. You want to protect your heart, but you feel like that you're coming up against a brick wall at times. And I feel like this could be someone in your energy field. It almost feels like you're talking to a brick wall, right? It feels like no matter what you say or do, you just can't get through to them. But instead of pointing the finger, I feel like you're saying, okay, what can I do to shift my energy? What is my role? What is my responsibility? What do I need to do to set up a healthy boundary? I feel like this is more of an I statement or energy instead of a you. Okay. Now it's not about pointing fingers on you and saying, what are you doing? But it's saying, how can I release this energy or get myself out of this challenging times? And it can certainly be asking for help and guidance, right? It can be seeking external and professional help because you are taking responsibility here and you want something to work. Now, if you are in a partnership or a marriage, or a situationship that's been challenging, I do feel like there is resolution here coming in because you have this spiritual realization. You are realizing why something may have been challenging. Now, this could even have stemmed from childhood as well, Libra. For a lot of you, this is difficulties that you've struggled with, obstacles. Someone may not have had the emotional capacity to love you in the way that you deserve to be loved. Okay. I'm just going to put that out there, whether it was a parent, whether it was a partner. I feel like this was past though, but someone did not have the emotional capacity to love you the way you deserve to be loved, whether that was yourself, whether it was someone else, whatever this is here, but it did cause some challenging times. But you're looking at that now, Libra, and I feel like you're able to move forward, move beyond. Now, what's showing up in your headspace is balance. And this is what we talked about in the very beginning of your reading. You're finding solutions to get yourself out of this 9 of Swords energy. If things have been challenging, if things have been rocky, or maybe you're feeling good, but other people around you seem to be not feeling the same vibe that you're in. That's okay. But Libra, if you are that teacher, if you are that healer, you may want to grab their hands and help them up. There's nothing wrong with that. But one of my sayings is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So know that that responsibility doesn't lie on your shoulders, but you can do what you need to do to reach out and help other people. But just make sure you're setting healthy boundaries so you don't become burnt out, so you don't take on other people's stuff, because that can be the first thing that leads to that imbalance. Now you have the 2 of Pentacles showing up here. It's important to balance your world. I'm getting that some of you really are working on compartmentalizing. You can see here that within this wheel lies the ring, commitment, lies the rose, lies, the book, which can be spiritual teachings. It can be learning life lessons, soul lessons. We also have the cup here, filling your cup first. And also we have the timing energy here. So I do feel for a lot of you, you're trying to blend all these areas of your life. You're trying to open your heart up to new friendships, love, family dynamics. For others of you, you're just trying to work and, put money in your account or put food on the table, whatever that is here, but you're trying to keep that wheel spinning as we all are, we're all trying to do. And sometimes there's an area of your life that requires a little bit more focus on. And I do sense in the past, it may have caused you to hyper focus on one of these areas specifically, but now there's something getting figured out. What they're showing me, I mean, some of you may be doing this as you speak. I don't even know. Do people still iron? Because they're showing me an iron board here, and I'm seeing some wrinkles, but the iron is going right across it, and it's smoothing everything out. So, I mean, some of you, that could be physical iron board, or maybe you just bought one, or you iron your clothes. But I also get this could be smoothing something out here that may have been wrinkled. That's the main message that I'm getting from that. And that's what you're focusing on in the month of June, is smoothing out the wrinkles here. So I like that message. Let's get into the near future. What's showing up here for you, Libra? What's manifesting in the near future? Oh, you're opening up. Beautiful. Yeah, this is about you opening up, because sometimes we hold that heart on lockdown, and it can be because someone said something and maybe we took it personally, right? It can be that we don't want to get hurt, so we don't let that person into our energy or into our heart or our vibration, even though we want that, right? We want a sense of belonging. We want to feel loved. We want to be seen and heard. Who doesn't, right? We are souls having a human experience, and in this human experience, we crave connection. We crave togetherness. Now, some of you may be saying, Melissa, I don't crave people, right? It reminds me of this movie I just watched the other night, A Man Named Otto. And if you haven't seen that yet, definitely check it out. But it definitely talks about, independence and people and needing others when even we feel maybe stubborn, like we don't need help. We can do it all ourselves. But that can be a lonely road, Libra, and that can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and that can lead to that 9 of Swords energy. So what's happening here is you're opening up. And when we have the 4 of Pentacles showing up, you may have been protecting yourself, protecting your heart, and you may have been holding on too tightly, withholding affection from those that just wanted to maybe show you love. Or maybe both of you. It was two-sided here, where someone was shut down, you were shut down, but on an energetic level, there was a lot of love there, or is a lot of love. Whether, again, this is a family member, a friend, a lover, a child, a parent, please take it as it resonates for you. It's just the energy here. So definitely opening up in the near future, which is great because this is representing the new opportunities here with the Lantern. So some of you, if you're planning a trip, open yourself up, meet new people, say hi, mingle. If you're going to a brand new place, maybe you're going camping here, that's your bonus card. If you're going camping, meet new people along the way, even if you tend to be a little bit introverted. Remember, you're the social butterfly of the zodiac sign, so if anyone can be sociable, it's you. So this can be a perfect time to offer, advice if it's asked, right? Offer a lending hand, or just communicate, put yourself out there. I can guarantee you'll feel so much better that you did, and you'll make maybe even a new friend in the process. All right, Libra, let's take a look and see how you're feeling. This is all about you. What's going on here with you? I mean, we see the 9 of Swords showing up as the main energy, but that doesn't mean that, you are taking on all the burdens. It can just feel at times a little bit of anxiety because of what's been going on, or because of maybe trying to plan something. Let's take a look and see how you're feeling. There's that 8 of Cups. Beautiful. So this is what we talked about in the very beginning. Moving on, abandoning something, leaving it behind because it doesn't belong where you're going. And even though it may have served you in that moment, served you because you learned, because it was a soul lesson, you don't need to carry that with you towards your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. Because if you take that with you, you wouldn't be able to move forward, right? You'd feel stuck. Because the 8 of Cups energy is all about walking away, moving on, searching for something deeper, more meaningful. So don't ignore the call to head towards a new path. And this new path is this new opportunity. And you have the lantern that you have within you that is lighting the way, Libra. So 8 of Cups, walking towards your wish fulfillment, but that may be needing to leave behind a person, a place, a thing, a thought, a pattern, a habit, a belief, whatever it may be for you. You may already know what this is. And we can actually pull a card here, Libra, and see what this could be for you. I mean, what is it either that you're leaving behind or walking towards? Let's take a look, Libra. Let's just clarify the 8 of Cups. So I love that both the cards that really came in strong intuitively are showing up here for your clarification. Knight of Wands, beautiful. This is about enjoying what it is that you are heading towards, but you're ready to take the risk and action is favored. You need to move forward here with the 9 of Wands. And this can be a passionate love affair that you are leaving behind for some of you. I mean, not all of you. It could be leaving behind something that's non-committal, something that you're not willing to commit to. Maybe you don't want to commit to that old lifestyle of fighting, challenging times, bickering, okay? Because I am getting here with the Knight of Wands. That can be non-committal, but for others of you, you may be looking for your next grand adventure, something deeper, more meaningful as well, but you are taking action, which I like. And that may have been something that you've needed to do, and that can help you find balance, Libra. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in your environment. What's going on around you? What do we have for Libra's environment, please? Heal. I love it. There's the star card. It's not the sun that I was picking up on earlier, but the star card is, you know, that bright, shining energy of not giving up on your dreams, right? This is healing, guidance, positivity, inspiration. And look at that. He is breaking those chains. I love. So whatever he felt imprisoned in, tethered, or chained to, thank you, Spirit. They're actually giving me, as I said, tethered. They're giving me the book Untethered Soul. If you've read that book, or maybe it's a book on your to be read list, or maybe you've heard about it but haven't gotten around to reading it, or maybe listening to it if it's available on audio, that could help a lot of you break free from something as well if you struggle with that. The Untethered Soul, I believe, is the title. I'm not sure who the author is. Please take that as it resonates for you. The star card is powerful, showing up in your energy. The star card is going to bring this energy to fruition with your bonus cards, camping, and a sweet surprise. And the sweet surprise here that may just kind of take you by surprise, Libra, is you're going to realize that you've actually healed something that you've felt for quite some time. Right? That you felt for quite some time. There could have been a challenge between, again, you and a family member. It could be since childhood. It could be some abandonment wounds, because the Eight of Cups can be about abandonment. It can be about rejection. It can be about feeling left behind. And some of you may have suffered that deeply in the past, or as a child, or as a younger version of you, right? You're moving on from that because you know that you, and first and foremost, you will never abandon you, okay? Very powerful here. Let's take a look at your hopes and fears. What's showing up for Libra's hopes and fears here, please? I feel like your hopes are definitely surpassing your fears, and that sounds a little bit counterintuitive because your fears are showing up. But the reason I say that, because what's happening is you're shining a light. That's the star card, right? The star is that light as well. You're shining a light on your fears, on whatever abandonment wounds or rejection, anything that made you feel less than. Libra, you are so worthy of love in all shapes, sizes, and forms. So if there was ever a situation that made you feel less than, that's what you're leaving behind, right? You're not carrying that with you. Now the fears here are indecisiveness. What if I'm not able to manifest my dreams, right? What if I'm not able to have that fantasy world that I see myself having? What if I can't manifest all those things on my vision board, right? Or all those things that I see down the road, my goals and my dreams? What if it's just wishful thinking? No, Libra. There's a difference, of course, between wishful thinking and manifestation, but it's all about the energy, the vibration. When you start to raise your vibration, when you walk away from this challenging stuff, when you have this spiritual realization, you're actually raising your vibes to leave that behind, raising your energy so you can manifest your daydreams here. But it takes decisions and conscious choices and efforts to raise your vibration, to release these fears, to upgrade those belief systems so you can manifest the world that you see for yourself. Okay, very powerful messages here, Libra. Let's get your final outcome. What's the final outcome for love? Do you want that one, Spirit? Thank you. For love and family and relationships for Libra in the month of June. Change your focus, 5 of Cups. So this is that surrendering, that hanged man energy. It's all about changing your focus. So when you can change your focus to the glass half full instead of half empty, when you can focus on the cups that are available to you versus the ones in the past, right? And we mentioned, what was the thing we said in the very beginning of the reading? We talked about staying in the moment. not bringing things from the past into it. If you can keep in this 8 of Cups energy where you're walking on or leaving behind some of those struggles with the 5 of Cups, you will succeed. You will be, in that healing vibration, and you will be able to move forward and lead and live from the heart. I mean, you have a lot of these heart cards showing up here. You have the 7, you have the 5, and you have the 8. So we're going to take a look and clarify this 5 of Cups. But I do feel for a lot of you Librans, you had to go through a period of emotional loss, maybe even some mourning, some brokenheartedness, disappointment. But I feel here that you've allowed your space to grieve, allowed space to grieve, but you're not sitting in it forever. You're not letting that challenge define you. And it's still something that you may be feeling into the first couple of weeks of June here, but your energy and your focus is on finding balance and walking away. So you can do this, Libra. You absolutely have what it takes. There's new opportunities. And look at this, right? The Lantern. You do have these new opportunities to change your focus. That's completely up to you. I mean, Tarot is here to guide you. It's not set in stone saying this is exactly what needs to happen, but it's here to show you that you have free will, right? We have a divine blueprint of experiences that we would like to have here on earth, but what we do with those experiences, how long we partake in them, and how we process and deal with them is completely up to our self-will. So let's take a look here and clarify the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups here for Libra. What do we have for Libra? 5 of Cups, please. All right, Libra. Yeah, you're healing. You're healing from the 3 of Swords here. You're healing from the challenging times. I feel like there was quarreling, but you're going to realize, is this worth saving or is this worth walking away? You're going to choose your battles, right? Because that's the challenge for you. And that literally goes back to that song, I Won't Back Down. So some of you are moving forward, but you're moving forward with or without a person. For others of you, I definitely feel that any of this 3 of Swords, you're choosing to take matters into your own hands, set healthy boundaries, figure this out, and it's going to bring security and safety. It's also going to bring you a sense of love, a higher level of love. That's what you're heading towards, walking towards with that 8 of Cups. You have the King of Pentacles here, and the King of Pentacles is one of the most stable, secure kings that there is. And he is all about being able to stand in his power as well. And I feel like that's where you're heading, and that's what you're changing your focus. You're changing your focus from the 3 of Swords. That's something, yes, it may have been difficult, but you're not going to sit in that energy any longer. You're going to choose to create stability for yourself, for this union, for whatever relationship or whatever situation that you did feel stuck in. Okay. 3 of Swords clarified, King of Pentacles for that 5 of Cups. So this is powerful. Let's take a look here, Libra, and get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. I also sense, and this has come up for a lot of signs. I always say this as well. I think it's in this deck. Yeah, Colette Baron reads, not my circus, not my monkeys, or not my monkeys, not my circus. So a lot of you are removing yourself from drama, from negativity, or relationships that are one-sided. And that's important because yes, you have this built-in energy of, I want to try, I want to put in the effort, I want to work on, myself, but you know when to stay and fight for something and when to walk away. And that's what this month is all about for you, is choices, creating balance, and doing what you need to do to find that in your world. Now you have here the No Place Like Home. Card 50. Some of you may be 50 years old. There could have been an event around that 50 mark if you are past that age. For others of you, you may be born on the 5th, or you may be in a life path or a personal year of 5. So please take that as it resonates. I'll also post the collective readings in the description box below, which talk about tower moments if you're going through one. I can talk about change, control, resistance, life path, or personal year numbers. So you may want to check that out if it resonates. No Place Like Home, Libra, is all about authenticity, coming home to yourself and feeling at home, arriving at a place where you just fit, being comfortable in your own skin. And the relationship message is this. Lovers, friends, and companion animals are at home in your life right now. You are in sync and full of love, and you can be secure in the knowledge that it is reciprocated. Relationships elicit a sense of emotional safety, comfort, and the best aspects of familiarity now. Be home in this relationship. Together, you add to the love of the world. So if you are in a relationship that is worth saving, whether this is one with a family member, a blood relative, whether it's a friendship or a lover, right? You may be deciding to make some big moves to change your focus instead of focusing on the bickering, the fighting, the defensiveness. I feel like a lot of you are moving forward. Now, for those of you that are single, you certainly could be attracting that new energy into your world. That's why you have new opportunities, right? Because there's something you're releasing here and you're changing your focus from the glass half empty of maybe I'll always be single, or, I'm lonely, isolated, anxiety. Some of you may have even suffered from social anxiety or depression as well. Please seek medical professional guidance or see the disclaimer in the description box below. But I definitely sense that you're coming up out of a situation that was a little more difficult. Now, I'm also going to read the protection here, because some of you are still feeling the effects of these challenging times. And for those of you that may be feeling the effects, this could certainly resonate with you, Libra. There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager, Libra, to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you did what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is really what feels familiar. And you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. Wow. Whew, I got full on body goosebumps there, Libra. That makes sense with the Five of Cups. It makes perfect sense. And that is the message here that is offering this new opportunity for you. Go in a new path, right? A new direction. As it says, do what you've always done. You're going to get what you got. Isn't that the definition here of insanity? So Libra, beautiful new path ahead. It's completely up to you how you take this next step, but know that by doing so, you will be the victor. You will be successful. I hope this resonates with you, beautiful Librans. Very deep, deep reading here, as that swan was a deep dive. You can let your guard down, right? It is safe to be vulnerable. And even though it may not feel like the best option at times, it's part of the human experience. And you don't want to miss out because you constantly have that wall of protection right here, right? There's a difference between healthy boundaries and completely barricading yourself. Open up to love, because love wants to greet you in big, big ways. Thank you so much for tuning in, Libra. If you like this reading, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. For those of you that haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, if you're resonating with this channel, feel free to do so. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love.